Hi guys, so this video is going to be about how I did my change of name on my Nigerian passport, and if you're interested on knowing how that became a very memorable experience, then stay tuned because there's so much. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you. So lovely to have you here. So like I said, I'll be talking about how I did my change of name on my Nigerian passport, and to be honest, the application process isn't quite grueling. You just need the basic things because it's almost like you are doing a reissue, but you're actually doing a change of name at the same time. Okay, so first of all, you need to change your name on your NIN. That's your national identification number. If you haven't changed your name on your NIN, then it's not going to work. So change your name on your NIN before you proceed to the application. So changing your name on your NIN isn't actually quite difficult. You just need to find out on the NIMC website and see if there is any center near you. Once you put in your address, or maybe like the closest popular city or closest major city to you, they should be able to let you know if there are centers around there, and you just need to go for a recapturing and then for some change of information. It does take some time because I feel like it's a lot more daunting than a fresh NIN application, so there might be a bit of back and forth with the process, but it should come through seamlessly at the end of the day. All right, so once you have your NIN, you're good to go on the portal to actually start the application process. Proceeding to the application, you obviously need your previous passport, you need your husband's data page, you need your marriage certificate that kind of gives them a reason as to why you're changing your name. You need an approval letter or letter of consent from your husband to say he's happy to allow you to take his last name. Yeah, so you need that. So with all these documents, you should be able to seamlessly breeze through the entire application process, put in your digital passport, and be like redirected to Innovate, pay, book an appointment date, and get your appointment confirmation slip. Always need to print out your appointment confirmation slip and also your payment slip, because they ask you for those things when you're entering into the venue. Also, like, just for formality, just so that nobody springs up anything for you, print your application, sign it and date it, just so that it's not a contest as to whether you have it or not when you get there. So those are 3 things that you need from this application process. Then all the documents that you uploaded initially, your current passport, obviously you bring that with you, get a copy of it for the data page. Then apart from that, you need your marriage certificate, original, a photocopy. Then you need your husband's data page or letter of consent from your husband as well. And then you need your special delivery envelope, the postal order of £20, and lastly your NIN. So with all these documents, you should be able to attend the interview, because when you come to the venue, you then go in for the interview, just like the way a baby or someone who is getting a fresh application would actually go, because like they have to check through the documents to make sure like these are actually legitimate documents and the application can go through. However, you know, like when you're doing like a reissue, or when you're doing like a fresh passport for a baby, sometimes you get like an application feedback that says that your application has been approved, and you can see at the top of the application that it's been approved. I'll put a picture of what I mean. You see at the top of it that it's been approved, but for some reason, I remember mine, at the top of it, it still said awaiting approval, and I was wondering, like, maybe that's not a big deal. I'm at the venue now, they can't say they're not giving it to me. Why did they call me for the appointment for the biometrics? 2 and 2, Abby. It's not always 4. So at this point, we finished the biometrics, we submitted documents, she had vetted it, we've gone upstairs. I just noticed that the place was clearing out. My baby had done his own fresh application. If you're looking for more information about doing a fresh application for a baby, for example, or for someone under 18 years, I have a video on that and I'll link it up. He had done his, and literally we're just waiting for me. And before you know it, the hall started getting empty. It was like past 3 o'clock. We came, bear in mind, by like 9 o'clock. It had passed 3 o'clock. There was almost like a sense of it being only females in the room. So I then decided to like proceed to ask someone. I was like, what are you here for? And she was like, change of name. What are you here for? Change of name. So I now realized that there was a theme of the people that were left in the hall, and it seemed like all of us had change of name. So we're like, okay, what they write on the application was like awaiting approval. Oh, so there's something going on here, because they weren't telling us. We're asking, what's the problem? You just said we have an issue. What's the problem? Like, what's our common theme? So we found out what the common theme was. Now the question was, why was it taking time? So by the time we asked like the lady, she was like, somebody's supposed to sign it in Abuja, the person has not signed it. I'm like, but we did this application, some of us December last year, some of us January, February. This is July. Why is it that it hasn't been sorted? Like, why is it that you have to wait for us to be here to now belabor the person to sign it? Anyways, it took like another extra hour. I think it was, we're not asking like, so if this person hasn't signed by the end of the day, what happens? Do we go and come back? Say no, we'll not close. We'll not God have mercy upon me. We will not close if it has not been done. I was like, you think that's the problem? We that we have like a return ticket, we've lost that ticket. So are you guys going to recompensate or anything? So yeah, that was what happened. I think it was then around like 4:04 that the person now had signed it, and we got an email saying, okay, has been approved. I'll put a copy of the email so you can see. You can see what we're waiting for. Once we saw that, we knew that we had made progress. In fact, we all bonded together from this experience. But it turned out that people who weren't there for change of name based on marriage hadn't gotten that email. So we literally had our biometrics and left around 5 o'clock, and we left those people who had change of name for other reasons. They were still stranded there because like no feedback was made concerning the application, and it hadn't been approved basically. So I think what I would say, if you're going for a change of name, is that you just prepare your heart. If you're lucky and you look at the application before the day and you see that it's been approved, then kudos to you. You're one of the few that will be favored in that respect. But if you find that it's not been approved yet, just carry food, carry drinks. I had some and there was no food, no drinks. Carry food, carry drinks. Just enjoy yourself. Unfortunately, you're not with your phone, so maybe carry a novel, because you're gonna wait. Yeah. But thankfully, we've gotten both passports within 3 days. So that was quite incredible. But it reminded me of Nigeria. Like, I feel like that passport experience is just like, every couple of years, just a shot to remind you that, you're still Nigerian. You still deal with Nigerian issue from time to time. Yeah. Anyways, if you like this video, then please leave a like. If you found it helpful, then you might know someone else who needs that help, so please share and then subscribe, because I always like share based on my experience to kind of make things easier for other people, and I share a lot about motherhood in the NHS and also my own current experiences. All right then, take care, bye.